What is happening, guys? My name is Jamie and today we are doing an album review of the band The Warning and their album Queen of the Murder Scene. So we've had a bit of a rough start to The Warning, especially on this channel, where I basically dissed Dust to Dust, the song I reacted to I think over 2 months ago now, where I basically said that the song was terrible. Yeah, it just sounded generic. You know what, guys? I gave The Warning another chance, and in my own time I listened to Queen of the Murder Scene. I am a very open-minded person, so if I don't like a particular song, I will no doubt listen to it until I actually like it. And Dust to Dust did indeed grow on me. And from then I really wanted to check out more of this album because I love the overall story of this album. This album is ambitious. These three girls that make up The Warning are Daniela, who does guitar and lead vocals, Paulina, who also does drums, vocals, and piano, and Alejandro, who does bass guitar, piano, and backing vocals. These three girls are sisters. It's not only how technical and advanced they are with their instruments, it's also their ability to tell a story. This is what they accomplished throughout Queen of the Murder Scene. First of all, let's talk about the production of this album. Production of this album is absolutely fantastic. The overall mixing is brilliant. I just love the overall flawless elements you're getting throughout this album, and it's bold and breathtaking at times, especially through songs like Psychotic and also Queen of the Murder Scene. But you also get songs like Hunter, which is so upbeat and really reminds you of something out of Judas Priest, how you get these upbeat tempo songs, and then you get such a beautiful ending to a horrific story, which is the end. The overall feel of this album is quite surprising in my opinion. This is the band I didn't really enjoy at first, but now I'm starting to really appreciate The Warning. Now let's kick off with the actual concept of the story. So what I'm getting from this story is about a protagonist who is a woman that is going through this obsession, going through the crazy thoughts. This is basically about a character, a woman that is going through the stages, that is falling into the depths of insanity. That's what I believe this album is about. You certainly get the lyrics that really explain. I believe that the protagonist here looks upon another character who is maybe a male and feels so connected towards this person, but I believe that this other person doesn't feel the same way. This protagonist within the actual story is saying, hey, if you're not gonna love me, I'm gonna make you love me. This is where you get songs such as The One and The Stalker, Red Hands Never Fade, and this story just combines into such a horrific story, and you can really piece the puzzles together of what is actually happening. I believe that this character, this lady, has fallen into a deep psychosis, especially throughout Psychotic, which is definitely one of my favorite songs off the album. Maybe has actually murdered the one that she actually loved. He didn't feel the same way as her, so that's what I was getting from this album. But throughout the end, you see there's some remorse, especially throughout the song The End. And this is when you start to think, wait on, is she actually thinking of actually killing herself? Because she says throughout the song she wants to start again. That's what I was getting from this story. I may be completely wrong with the story, but I'm just thinking that maybe this protagonist, this lady, is falling into depression and wanting someone to actually love her. She believes she is the queen of the murder scene. Queen of the murder scene would ideally be that she is becoming maybe a serial killer, maybe ready to slay the ones that don't believe in her. But overall, this is such a grandiose album. And now let's talk about the actual album sonically. So the album kicks off with Dust to Dust. This is something that I really enjoy at first, but you can understand, I believe Danielle does vocals throughout Dust to Dust, and she is also the drummer as well. I did watch a live version of it, and I thought it was just absolutely fantastic. I love the beautiful elegancy of the guitars, along with the nice bass lines you're getting throughout this song, Dust to Dust. Alejandro is a fantastic bassist, and overall it's a very fluid and well-focused song telling a story about a girl that is really struggling with depression. You get these awesome melody as well, especially throughout when it leads to Crimson Queen, which is another great song, and again you get another deeper part of the story. Leads on to and I love the melody of this, and I love the drum fills, and I think this is when the lead vocalist, which is Daniela, starts to hold the reins, and she expresses a lot of emotion throughout this song. I just love the overall melody, love the overall chorus, the blissful parts of the song, and at times the song is quite breathtaking. You get the one really emphasizes the story is actually about. You get a really nice bass tone, really nice guitar tone, and then the song leads on to The Stalker. The chorus, it's crazy how much I love you. I absolutely love the chorus. It's catchy, it's melodic, and Daniela really expresses a lot of emotion, being the protagonist of the lady that is saying to the man that it's crazy how much I love you. I will kill you, so all my love will be just mine. Absolutely twisted story. To think that these girls actually wrote this story is just mind-blowing in my opinion. Like, I believe one of these girls is about 14 years old. I believe Alejandra is 14 or something, and she is the bassist. She does incredible bass licks throughout this album. This is insane. These girls are teenagers, and they create music like this. Paulina, who does drums, really nice drum fills throughout this song. Love the grittiness tone of the guitar along with the bass as well. The Sacrifice is definitely one of my favorite songs. Love the chorus, love how melodic it is. It's passionate, it's percussion soaked, and it's close to a perfect song in my opinion. Very poetic, talking about the character, started to really change her behavior. This song is very stylistic and quite surprising, and at times incorporating synthetic elements throughout The Sacrifice. But it's also head banging. It's quite a heavy song. Leads on to Sinister Smiles. Now this is when the character starts to really change her dimensional behavior, and she's starting to really become more psychotic. This is when these stories can go two ways. This could be either where she thinks she's actually causing this crazy scene, or she's actually committing this crazy scene. I love Sinister Smiles. It's a great song. It leads on to Dull Knives. Oh, okay, so Dull Knives cut better. That chorus. Oh, that chorus is fantastic. Cause I found out dull knives cut better. I love the chorus. I love the overall lyrics within this song, really telling you what is actually happening throughout the song. You get some awesome guitar moments as well through Dull Knives. Again, Alejandra stars in this song as well, along with Daniela's vocals. Expressive, dynamic, and warm at times, but yet raw, especially when she expresses. I found out Dull Knives cuts better. It's such a finely calibrated song. Leads on the Queen of the Murder Scene. Now this is when things start to really heat up. Now guys, comment below if I'm completely wrong with the story, but just comment below your interpretation of the story. This is, to me, this is where I think, she's starting to fall deep in psychosis and start to commit those acts she is thinking of. And you get these awesome moments, especially that chorus. That chorus is really focused and fresh, but yet grandiose at times, but also groundbreaking, especially eerie tones. I love the galloping guitar riffs. And again, Daniela expresses a lot of emotion throughout the song, but yet sprawling her vocals, especially throughout that chorus. Again, telling that story to the listener of what is actually happening, what is occurring in this song, but yet this song also sounds feel good. And at times, I swear, the Warning were influenced by Led Zeppelin, because I just love the galloping guitar riff. It really reminds me of something like the Immigrant Song, something very similar, but yet the overall story. Again, the Warning do not create any fillers. They tell the story to the listener. So throughout Queen of the Murder Scene, you get a really nice guitar solo by Daniela. This is probably one of the best guitar solos I've heard by The Warning. It incorporates those really nice bendy notes throughout that solo, and she also incorporates those vocals, man. Those vocals are very impressive, especially for a teenager. This is why I'm really appreciating this band at the moment. Such a fluidity within her voice. We go on to the next song, which is Psychotic. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Psychotic is my favorite song off the album because I just love that chorus. You guys know the chorus. Cause 1, 2, 3, they're coming after me, cause I'm PSYCHOTIC. Hey, hey, hey. Great song this is, and this is when the actual cycle is completed. She's in complete psychosis, in my opinion. This song is just brilliant. It is. The Warning again makes another brilliant song, and I can't praise it enough. This is indeed my favorite The Warning song. Psychotic is just a masterpiece in my opinion. I love how hard-hitting and heavy this song is. One of the heaviest songs. Love the production, love the overall snare by Paulina, incorporating those nice drum fills and how dark and atmospheric but yet quite sublime and yet stylistic. And then the next song, which is Hunter, which really reminds me of something like out of Judas Priest, like the overall upbeat, up-tempo guitar riffs, the ability to maintain such a brilliant musical experience towards the listener, but yet this song is crafted so beautifully. And then we get the next song, which is The End. Star Always Seems to Fade. Okay, so this is a very beautiful song. You could say it's a ballad, but it's a heavier ballad, and it's a crescendo song because there's a lot of emotion conveyed throughout the song, and it seems like that the protagonist here is quite sorry of what she has actually done, what she has actually committed the act. She has committed the act now, and maybe she's maybe contemplating suicide. She wants to start all over again, but she realizes she can't start all over again. There is a lot of sadness conveyed throughout Daniela's vocals, along with, I think, Paulina incorporating those vocals. Melody, again, the songwriting on this song is definitely one of my favorites off the album, and it's delightful to listen to. This is a great crescendo song. I love the ringing guitars along with the prominent bass you're getting throughout the end. To actually end the album, to actually close off the story and leave the actual story to a complete halt, and to leave the listener to think what has actually happened to her. This ideally is a great album, and I do apologize about my comments and what I said about Dust to Dust at first. I wasn't myself, but you know what, after checking out this album, I gotta say that this album was brilliant, and yet it fleshes out the melodies and arrangements. You think of a song and you can already get the melody in your head if you think of it. This album is packed with brilliant and beautiful, but yet really crafted songs. It's an album to get lost in. Like, this album is brilliant, and it's definitely a step forward into the Warning sound in my opinion. I did check out the first album as well. Might give you a full review on that album. But yeah, this album is very satisfying. I believe that you are wanting more from this album, but you realize that the story has actually ended. And this is what you want from a band. This is what you want from a band. I still can't believe these three sisters crafted an album like this, especially the overall lyrics. So for this album, it's really hard to rate this album. I love this album, so I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. I was going to go to 8, but I'm going to push it up to 9 because of the age group as well, to create such a masterpiece of an album in my opinion. It's not going to get a 10 because I believe there are other better concept albums than The Warning. I tell you what, 9 is a great rating by me. So guys, comment below what you thought about this album review. Comment below what you thought about this album. Did you enjoy this album? So subscribe if you want, and comment below your interpretation of the actual story as well. So keep the discussion going in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.